All right, so let's just cut the crap and dive right into this Fortnite Festival shit show.
Okay.
So you're telling me Epic Games ditched the guns and grenades for fucking guitar solos.
Yeah.
What kind of brain-dead idea is that?
Well, it might sound crazy, but you got to think about it like this.
Okay.
Epic's got millions of Fortnite players glued to their screens, and Harmonic,
Nice.
the masterminds behind Rock Band and Guitar Hero, are probably itching for a comeback.
Yeah, they're like dinosaurs, man.
It's like a match made in a, corporate wet dream,
Corporate wet dream.
except it's in this bizarre virtual world.
Oh, okay.
You know?
So they just basically crammed a rhythm game down Fortnite's throat.
Yeah.
But, like, how the hell does that even work?
Yeah.
Do you, like, shoot musical notes with a rocket launcher?
Nah, not that stupid.
Okay.
Fortnite Festival has its own separate modes
Okay.
within the Fortnite launcher.
Right.
It's like this weird little parasite feeding off the main game.
Okay, I'm listening. Walk me through these so-called modes
Yeah.
before I lose my last two brain cells.
So you've got three main ones.
Okay.
First, you have main stage, which is like your typical rhythm game.
Okay.
Like, Rock Band or Guitar Hero.
Right.
You got to hit the notes in time with the music.
Yeah.
And you can choose from drums, bass, lead, guitar, and vocals.
Oh, okay. So like playing actual instruments,
Whoa.
not just smashing buttons like a goddamn chimp.
There's definitely some button mashing involved, especially on the easier levels.
Right.
But get this, they've got an expert mode
Uh-huh.
that uses 5 buttons for the note tracks.
5 buttons, huh?
Yeah. And if you really want to get hardcore, they even have pro options for guitar and bass
Okay.
that let you use actual guitar controllers.
Hold the phone guitar controllers like those plastic toys from back in the day.
The very same.
Oh, wow.
They even released this shiny new one called the PDP Riffmaster specifically for Fortnite Festival. And here's the kicker, it works with Rock Band 4 too.
Clever bastards.
Yeah.
They're tapping into that sweet, sweet nostalgia money.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got your main stage
Yeah.
where you can pretend to be a rock star, solo, or with your equally untalented friends.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Okay, next up is Jam Stage.
Okay.
This one's a bit different.
Okay.
Imagine a musical playground where you can mix and match different songs.
Okay.
Mess with the tempos, change the keys,
Right.
and basically create your own Frankenstein's monster of sound.
So you're not just playing along to some pre-recorded crap.
Right.
You can actually make your own musical abominations.
Exactly. And the best part is
Okay.
you can use these creations
Okay.
called jam loops
Ah.
as emotes in other Fortnite modes like Battle Royale
Right.
and even in Lego Fortnite for some reason.
Wait, seriously. That's both amazing and totally fucked up. Lego Fortnite with custom music.
Yeah.
What fresh hell have we unleashed upon the world?
And then we've got the third mode,
Okay.
the one for all the tryhards out there, Battle Stage.
Okay.
It's basically a battle royale,
Okay.
but instead of guns and explosives, you're fighting with,
Uh-huh.
drumroll please, musical skill.
Okay, that's just batshit insane.
Yeah.
So you've got 16 players going head-to-head trying to outshred each other on some godforsaken pop song, and the losers get digitally humiliated.
Pretty much.
Brutal.
And to add insult to injury, they've got this overdrive ability
Okay.
you can use to boost your score,
Uh-huh.
but in Battle Stage, you can actually use it to sabotage your opponents.
So it's not enough to just play. Well, you got to be a sneaky little shit, too.
Right.
I kind of like it. Okay, let's talk about the tunes.
All right.
What kind of ear-bleeding garbage are we subjected to in this Fortnite symphony of suck?
Well, they've got a surprisingly diverse mix.
Okay.
From bubblegum pop stars like Lady Gaga and Billie Eilish to metal dinosaurs like Metallica.
Now you're talking. But is it like their entire discography or just like a few random tracks cherry-picked for maximum annoyance?
It's a mixed bag.
Right.
They're always adding new songs, sometimes in batches themed around specific artists or events.
Okay.
They even had an entire season dedicated to Metallica,
Oh, wow.
with classics like Master of Puppets and Enter Sandman available for purchase.
Purchase. Hold the fucking phone.
Yeah.
You mean this whole thing isn't free? What kind of scam is this?
It's free to play,
Okay.
which basically means you can download the game and play a rotating selection of songs
Okay.
that nobody wants to hear.
Okay.
But if you want access to the full library of auditory torture, you gotta cough up some V-Bucks.
Of course there's a microtransaction Catch those greedy bastards wouldn't know a good deal if it bit them in the ass.
Yeah.
So how much are we talking? How much to spare ourselves from this musical purgatory?
Individual songs will set you back 500 V-bucks.
Okay.
Which works out to about $4.50.
$4.50 for one song? That's more than a decent bag of weed these days. What a ripoff.
Yeah, the pricing has pissed off quite a few players.
Rightfully so.
It's a far cry from the old days when you'd buy full albums or song packs for a reasonable price.
Yeah, typical Fortnite bullshit. They'll nickel and dime you until your bank account is drier than a popcorn fart.
Yeah!
But hey, at least they're supporting the artists, right?
That's the argument they're pushing.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they have been pulling in some big names.
Mm-hmm.
Even Eminem showed up during the game's reveal.
Eminem.
Performing Lose Yourself in-game.
Eminem, huh? That's actually pretty badass.
Yeah.
So maybe they're not just trying to milk this cash cow for all it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've covered the gameplay modes, the music selection,
right,
the highway robbery.
Yep.
What about the overall reception? Are people actually enjoying this Fortnite Festival dumpster fire? Or is it just another fad that'll disappear faster than a fart in the wind?
The reviews have been, let's just say, mixed.
Mixed, okay.
Some critics think the gameplay is basically a rehash of Rock Band and Guitar Hero, with no real innovation.
Well, duh, it's Rock Band with a Fortnite paint job.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
But on the other hand, some people are praising its accessibility.
Right.
Fortnite has a massive player base.
Right.
And Festival is introducing a whole new generation to the joys of rhythm games.
Sure.
Whether they like it or not.
It's like a gateway drug to a world of plastic instruments and crippling stage fright.
That's one way to put it.
Okay.
Plus, the game has been getting updates and new content since its launch.
Uh-huh.
They added guitar controller support, new modes, new songs.
Right.
And they're always collaborating with different artists.
So it's not a completely static experience. They're actually trying to keep things somewhat fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this Frankensteinian monstrosity could actually work.
That's Fortnite in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
Take something familiar, add a sprinkle of chaos, and see what explodes.
And so far, it seems to be working.
Yeah.
They've got millions of players, a steady stream of new content, and they're attracting some of the biggest names in the music industry.
Right.
God help us all.
It's definitely shaking things up in the world of rhythm games.
Yeah.
And who knows what kind of crazy shit they'll come up with next.
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
What fresh hell awaits us in the future of Fortnite Festival?
Right.
Will they actually try to push the boundaries of what a rhythm game can be?
Yeah.
Or will it eventually fade away like all those other Fortnite fads?
Only time will tell, but for now, it's a fascinating train wreck to watch. It's like they took a proven formula, injected it with a hefty dose of Fortnite craziness.
Right.
And somehow managed to create something that's both familiar and completely batshit insane.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
The gameplay, the music, the blatant robbery.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one crucial piece of this puzzle we haven't talked about yet.
And what's that?
The guitar controllers.
Oh, yeah.
Those plastic instruments of destruction that plagued our living rooms a decade ago.
Right.
Let's delve into that rabbit hole and see what kind of horrors await us.
You're right. That's a whole other can of worms we need to open.
And open it, we shall buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get weird.
All right. So let's strap on our nostalgia goggles and talk about those plastic axes we all know and love, or maybe love to hate. Remember when Guitar Hero was like the hottest shit on the planet?
Dude, everyone and their grandma had a plastic guitar back then.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't walk 2 feet without tripping over a Guitar Hero controller.
It was like a plague.
It was like a goddamn plague.
It was a cultural phenomenon, man. It wasn't just some stupid fad. It
Right.
felt like a real revolution in gaming.
Yeah.
You didn't need any actual musical talent to feel like a rock star. You could just grab a plastic guitar and pretend to shred your way through your favorite songs.
It was karaoke for the tone-deaf masses. And for a while, it felt like the music game genre was unstoppable. Guitar Hero, Rock Band, all those spin-offs and sequels.
Yeah.
It was a golden age for plastic instruments and shattered dreams.
Until it all came crashing down.
Yeah.
The market got flooded with crap, the innovation dried up, and people got tired of the same old song and dance, literally.
It's hard to keep that hype train rolling forever.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how Fortnite Festival is trying to resurrect that plastic instrument corpse.
It's a smart move if you think about it.
Yeah.
They're tapping into a wave of nostalgia for all those washed-up Guitar Hero and Rock Band addicts.
Right.
And for younger players, it's a whole new way to experience the soul-crushing disappointment of realizing you suck at music.
So they're basically uniting the generations through the power of plastic guitars and mediocrity. Beautiful.
Uh-huh.
But let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Okay.
What kind of guitar controller support does Fortnite Festival actually have?
Well, it wasn't there at launch, which pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah.
But they eventually caved and added it in later updates. Okay.
They even released that PDP Riffmaster we talked about earlier, the one that's specifically designed for Fortnite Festival, but also works with Rock Band 4.
So you can use the same plastic monstrosity to suck at both games. That's convenient. But what about all the other guitar controllers collecting dust in attics across the world? Do those work with Festival?
They've been slowly adding support for other controllers, but it's a mixed bag.
Okay.
Some work better than others, and there's always the risk that your specific model will be about as useful as a screen door on a submarine.
Sounds like a pain in the ass. It's like they're trying to force you to buy that Riffmaster, even though it probably costs more than a kidney on the black market.
Well, they got to make money somehow, right?
Yeah.
But the Riffmaster is a decent controller, and it's cool that it works with both Festival and Rock Band.
True. So what's the deal with those pro guitar and bass parts you mentioned? Are those like for people who actually know what they're doing? It's basically a way to make the game more challenging and realistic for those who choose to suffer through using a guitar controller. The pro parts use the full range of the guitar controller with all the fancy techniques like hammer-ons, pull-offs, and more complex note patterns.
So it's like a step up from the usual button mashing chaos.
Exactly. It adds a whole new layer of depth and skill to the game, and for those masochistic Guitar Hero or Rock Band veterans, it's a welcome challenge.
I can only imagine the carnage. It sounds like Fortnite Festival is pretty serious about this whole guitar controller thing. They've got a dedicated controller, those probe parts, and they're constantly adding support for new models, even though the apocalypse is probably just around the corner.
They're definitely investing in it, and it makes sense from a business perspective. The music game market is a goldmine, and guitar controllers are a big part of the appeal.
It's a clever move. They're preying on nostalgia, dragging in new players and expanding the Fortnite empire beyond just shooting people in the face and building useless structures.
And who knows, maybe Fortnite Festival will spark a whole new wave of interest in music games. Maybe we'll see a resurgence of plastic instruments and frustrated parents in living rooms across the globe.
Now that's a terrifying thought. Imagine a world where every kid is rocking out to Baby Shark on a plastic guitar. The horror.
Hey, it could happen. We live in a world where Fortnite is a thing, so anything is possible. Speaking of strange things, did you know there's a company making a controller that mimics that ridiculous fret grip accessory from Guitar Hero on tour for the Nintendo DS?
Wait, what? You're shitting me right.
Dead serious. It's called the CRKD Neo S controller. It's a Bluetooth controller with a detachable 5-button attachment that you slide your fingers into, just like that old DS monstrosity.
That's insane. Who in their right mind would want to bring that thing back from the dead?
Nostalgia. My friend, nostalgia. And hey, maybe it'll actually work well with Fortnite Festival. They've added support for all sorts of controllers, so why not the most ridiculous one of all?
You know what? You're right. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that thing becomes the next big craze. Fortnite players are a special breed. So let's recap. We've got Fortnite Festival, a rhythm game that's basically Rock Band on crack, with enough microtransactions to make your wallet cry, a mixed bag of reviews that probably won't stop anyone from playing it, and a surprisingly robust dedication to plastic instruments of torture.
That about covers it. It's a strange beast of a game, but it's definitely making waves in the gaming world, whether we like it or not.
And who knows, maybe it'll be the game that finally dethrones Call of Duty as the king of the gaming mountain. Okay, probably not. But a man can dream, right?
Dream big, my friend, dream big.
All right, we've talked about the gameplay, the music, the controllers, but there's one more aspect of Fortnite Festival. We need to dissect the monetization. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of how Fortnite is trying to squeeze every last penny out of its rhythm game offspring.
All right, let's address the giant money-hungry elephant in the room. Monetization Fortnite is infamous for its in-game purchases, and Festival is no exception. They're like a bunch of digital vultures circling your wallet.
Yeah, it's free to play,
Right.
but they're constantly shoving microtransactions down your throat, $4.50 for a single song. Are they high? That's more than I spend on a week's worth of ramen.
It's definitely a ridiculous price, especially when you compare it to Spotify or Apple Music, where you get unlimited music for a reasonable monthly fee. Festival is like the overpriced hipster coffee shop of rhythm games.
But they're counting on those Fortnite kids.
Yeah.
The ones who think spending their parents' money is a competitive sport, those kids would buy a virtual turd if it came with a cool skin.
You're not wrong, and it's a strategy that's been working for them. Fortnite makes billions from microtransactions, so it's not surprising they're using the same playbook for Festival. They're basically printing money.
So what else are we getting for our hard-earned cash besides overpriced songs? Any cool virtual crap to make us feel better about getting ripped off?
There's a few things. Each season has its own music pass, which is like a battle pass. But with festival-themed rewards, outfits, emotes, that kind of stuff, some of them are actually pretty cool, especially the ones tied to specific artists.
So if you're a die-hard Metallica fan, you can dress your Fortnite character up like a roadie who hasn't showered in a month.
Something like that. And they've been getting more creative with the Music Pass rewards, linking them to the gameplay. You might unlock a special visual effect when you hit a combo or use overdrive.
Okay, that's not completely useless. So it's not just about looking like a virtual douchebag. It's about enhancing the gameplay experience.
Yeah.
Or at least distracting you from the fact that you just spent 10 bucks on a digital hat.
Exactly. But let's be real, they're still making a killing off these microtransactions.
It's a cynical business model, but it's effective. They've created a system that's addictive and rewarding, and they're laughing all the way to the bank.
But here's the thing, it's not all bad. Yeah, the monetization is aggressive, but the game itself is actually pretty decent.
Okay.
It's fun, it's challenging, and it's a great way to discover new music, even if it costs you an arm and a leg.
And at least they're paying the artists for their music, right?
Yeah.
And not just stealing songs and hoarding all the cash.
Right, and they're bringing in some major artists, which gives the game some legitimacy and attracts more players. They're essentially turning Fortnite into a giant interactive jukebox.
It's a bold move, and it's definitely shaking things up in the music industry. Who would have thought that Fortnite would be the thing to get kids to pay for music again?
It's a strange world we live in, so what's the final verdict? Is Fortnite Festival a triumph of music gaming or a greedy cash grab disguised as a rhythm game?
It's a bit of both, to be honest. The monetization is predatory as hell, but the gameplay is solid, and they're putting effort into making it more than just a quick cash grab. It's Fortnite, after all. They know how to make games that suck you in and never let go.
That's the key takeaway here. Love it or hate it, Fortnite Festival is a force to be reckoned with. It's changing the way we look at music games, it's blurring the lines between gaming and music, and it's making epic games a shitload of money in the process.
Well, there you have it, folks. The Fortnite Festival. Deep dive. It's a wild, chaotic ride, full of contradictions, overpriced virtual crap, and enough plastic guitar action to make your ears bleed.
Whether you're a seasoned rhythm game veteran or a Fortnite newbie looking for a new way to waste your money, Festival is worth checking out. Just make sure your credit card is ready to take a beating.
And hey, maybe it'll inspire you to dig out your old plastic guitar and relive your Guitar Hero glory days. Just try not to break anything or bankrupt yourself in the process.
We'll leave you with that thought until next time. Keep on rocking and may your wallet recover swiftly.